fried chicken from Popeyes. Good evening, everybody. You're watching Rider Bronx Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carla Pascal, joined alongside by my always wonderful co-host, Eric Johnson. Back here for another one here as the Bronx take on the Rowan Profs.
Straight from MLB Network, great to hear.
Yes.
It has been quite the day, but it has also been quite the season for the Bronx, right? A long-term rivalry here with Rowan. Bronx have, like we said, kind of all year, struggling.
Yes,
There's
yes,
kind of no two ways to go about it. 2-12-1-1 on the year. Haven't won since that game against Delaware. They need to find their footing again.
Yes, they certainly do, and they're coming into a tough test against this Prof squad here for Rowan University. Like you said, the storied rivalry here between these two teams here for our BSB Game of the Week. Had to make it this one.
Shocker. No way.
Had to make it this one.
Meanwhile, you look at Rowan, 14-4-2. For as long as we've known them, the word powerhouse has come to mind, both physically and in the standings. So
yes, certainly a powerhouse.
Said, tough test.
Yeah, definitely a tough test here for the Bronx as we get ready for this one. Rowan, like you said, Eric, 14-2-2, Rider 2-12-1-1. Both these teams, some very different stories coming out of the ACC showcase down in Winston-Salem last weekend. As warm-ups come to a close, we get a great look here at Rider getting ready to finish putting the pucks away and go for their last little talk over before we start things up here for this game. Once again, thank you for joining us here on BSB. Also, don't forget to check out our other game going on here live right now on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Rutgers, their team for their Division I squad, taking on the University of Buffalo. Also here on YouTube. Mike Nistico calling that one for us here on BSB. But we're here for this one here at the Flemington Ice Arena here for the Bronx and the Profs as we get ready to go. Here for this one, let's sit on down to the PA booth. We'll be back in just a second after the starters, national anthem, and then we'll be back here for puck drop here between the Bronx and the Profs.
Presents American Collegiate Hockey Association Division II matchup between the visiting Rowan University Profs and your Rowan University Profs. Here tonight's starting lineup is presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, beginning with Rowan. Starting out number 23, Nicholas Thomas. At center, number 3, Ryan Rowan. At number 11, Max Simmons. At defense, number 20, Riley Zero. And right defense, number 41, Dominic Ricard. And the goal for the Profs, number 1, Aiden Jones. Rowan starts by Ryan Bennett, by Vinny Callister and Jake Levy.
Joe Guzumano. At right defense, let's meet your young from producers. Number 5, Jake Bennett. And then you go for the front. Let's meet your young from Northern producers. Number 34, Louis Nicola.
At this time, you have to put your right ear over your left. Please understand that as God America knows the destination with the flame that has him. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose cross rise and bright stars through the perilous light. O'er the ramparts we watch, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trembled, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home. Are you ready for the hockey?
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem here from Flemington Ice Arena as we get ready for this one here tonight. Bronx versus Profs, just about ready to go. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem from Jeremy Myers down below us here in the broadcast box. He came up beforehand, didn't tell us he was doing that. So big shout out to Jeremy down below us doing PA and the clock for this game today as we get ready to go for this one.
I will say, for each one I'm seeing, there's a decent amount of people here.
Well, I mean, you kind of
Decent amount
expected
of
that
people
here
here.
with this one as we are off and running here for this one. Bronx win the draw here to open up this first period as Blazak will send it in only for a moment. Collected back here by Blaze. He will try and tap this in. Kenna will get it forward as it goes back here to the number 38 of Brian Bowman. Bowman, a freshman from Medford, New Jersey. One thing about this Prof squad, as we've seen them before so far this season, when they played St. Joe's, another one of our partner teams here on BSB, who's having a killer season so far. But for this Prof squad, definitely a very young team, as is Ryder. Yeah. So a lot of fresh blood here in this rivalry here tonight, between the Bronx and the Profs.
I was going to say, we were talking about this a little bit before the broadcast, whether or not things would be a little, tense is the word that I like to use for this situation, tense. And you said no because of the new faces that we are seeing.
There's a lot of new faces in this rivalry here tonight. Like I said before, a lot of freshmen, at least for Rowan, 14 new freshmen on the team this season, so a very underclassmen-heavy squad. Same goes for Ryder. They've only got 2 seniors, as that's covered up by Bazoko. Those only 2 seniors being Pape and Blazak. So there's obviously still rivalry between the two teams. There's still the animosity. That's never going to go away between Ryder and Rowan. But not to the spectacularness of the rivalry that I think we've seen. The grandeur, thank you, of that we've seen in some past outings between these two teams. I mean, we've called so many games, Ryder-Rowan games at this point together. I think we've seen it all.
Yeah.
So, as this is kept here by Zuberchuk, I mean, I don't think we're surprised by anything as these two teams go at it with each other here. As Zuberchuk gets that shot on it, stopped away by Aiden Young. First shot of the game goes to the Bronx.
I was going to say, good job by there by Vlad shooting that through traffic, and Bicosa will just cover that puck up.
And Louis has been decent so far this season for the Bronx. Has kept them in a lot of games where they've really needed it. I mean, obviously, Ryder has struggled like we've talked about. Last win coming back on October 19th against Udell, a shootout winner. As this one from the point deflected through. Big save there by Louis. Another chance in front, and it's gobbled up there by Bazoko again.
Yeah, Louis kind of had to hold that fort down because the Profs were poking at it.
Face off here to the right of Bazoko. One back here by Rowan. That shot blocked away by McKeach. Chasing after goes the 4 of John Shannon. Shannon moves it forward, gets it up here to Bianchi, who will get it deep into the zone. Back to get it goes Smith here for the Bronx. To the wall. Bianchi able to keep this in. Finds it off to McLeod, who will go into the corner. Down went Tavares for Ryder as this goes back up to the point. Shannon at the blue line tries to center one. That one stopped in the slot. Turnaround shot. Fought off there by Bazoko again.
Sounded like that went off either a stick or a skate before finding its way to Bacozo's glove.
Yeah, it bounced around there in the slot for a little bit before Bazoko was able to get that one. And like you said, pretty good turnout here for this one today. Basically the de facto alumni night here for the Bronx this year, as Bazoko will get that one again on the dump in there from Dom Riccardi. Shots 4-1 right now, just about 2 minutes gone on the clock. Here in this opening frame as Cusimano sends this one around. Bouncing puck here for Turner. He'll get it up to Prunty, and he'll get it out of the zone. Dumped in. Prunty can't hold on to that one as it finds its way to Riccardi again. Gets it forward, but Prunty gets a stick on it. Cusimano to the wall. Up to Prunty. Looking for an option. Tried to lay off to Turner. Just didn't have anything on it. Tavares finds Ty Schneider. The Schneider family, no strangers to the Rowan Profs. Obviously, Ty's older brother Cole knows this team very well. As driving in, here comes Rowan again. Riccardi to the point. Here at the blue line, shot fired onto Bazoko, and he'll hold on yet again.
Profs are just shooting this puck left and right.
Yeah, they have definitely put a lot onto Bazoko early here. I mean, if you look at their goal totals going over their past 5 games, 6-3, 7-5, 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, consistently averaging around 4 goals a game. And even if you go back throughout the rest of this season, they are just a powerhouse when it comes to scoring. As this one's played lower. With this here, Nick Thomas, the captain, able to keep this here in the corner. The senior from Roxbury will go back up to the point, but it skips out of the zone off of Robinson's stick as it's played across here for Thompson. Call. Pitches this one up. Goes back here to Thompson. Looks for an option here along the board as Robinson, who will dump in. They're going to say it was tipped, so no icing. As Jackson Call will send this around for Blazak. Blazak for Kenna. The captain will play across here for Pape, as he'll get this one up for only a second and dump in and go for the change. Blazak will keep this in for now. Taken away here by Dimitri Thompson again. He'll play this one up. Quickly flying in. Thomas tried to center that one, and Bazoko will just jump on top of it and get the whistle.
I think that went off of Call's skate and kind of trickled its way onto Bacozo. Again, Ryder just having a hard time clearing this puck and it out past that neutral zone.
Shot through traffic. That one is blocked away in front as Zubrachuk tried to get to that, couldn't do so. Puck goes to the corner here. Bouncing here along the wall, back up to the point. Shot one. That one went away wide. Rebound chance there in the slot stick side. That was Griffin Meyer who nearly got to that one. Griffin Meyer knows this rink very well. Here for the Profs team. Played for Hunterdon Central High School, who plays out of this barn here in Flemington. So bit of a return home game here for Griffin as this one goes back up to the point. This one dumped in there by the Bronx, goes up and away from Schneider as it goes to the corner here. McKeach with a good keep. Looking to the net front. That one bounced away in the slot as Schneider fires from the point, and it's gobbled up there by Aiden Young. Aiden Young, a sophomore from Sicklerville, New Jersey. And then for Bazoko, as McKeach tried to lay that shot off. Junior here from Hillsborough, so not too far here from Flemington either. Only about a 10-minute drive over to Hillsborough.
And I was going to say, both the goalies still very young. You know, both local, both young.
Yeah, I mean, with Young being a sophomore,
one
being a junior.
one literally young.
Yeah.
But yeah, sophomore, junior, kind of crazy to think we've had the same netminders doing these games for so long. Now, again, goes back to the fresh faces that we're seeing.
Yeah, a lot of fresh faces for both teams. I mean, like we've talked about for both very young. It's a bit of a newer age for both these squads as McKeach picks that pass. McKeach looking for an option here, tries to fire a shot. That got deflected away as it goes to the corner for Riccardi. Now skated out by McLeod. Tries to get through Bennett, squeezed off by him and Cusimano as Shriver sends this up for Zuberchuk. Zuberchuk finds Bennett. Tried to lay a one-hand pass, but it got stopped away. Now Shriver will get it up for McKeach as he'll look for an option. He finds Bennett. Across the blue line, Jake Bennett pulls up at the hash marks. Finds McKeach there, trying to keep it away along the boards. Able to do so for now. Trying to get some help. Turner comes over to try and get a whack at it. 2-on-2 down in the corner. As this bounces here for Turner. He'll send it around the wall. To it first goes Rowan. They're able to get there as it's lofted up and out. Here below us, driving in quickly. Here comes Rudolph as that one is stopped there by Bazoko. And he'll cover up again.
Looked like Bianchi there was going for the rebound attempt, which has been the Bronx Achilles heel really all this season has been the rebound, just giving up so many rebound opportunities.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rebound chances. I mean, when you're down a lot of skaters, as that one is kicked away by Bazoko again, when you're down a lot of skaters, I mean, you lose 3 forwards or 3 skaters here throughout the season for the Bronx. It's been a tough season for Ryder. I mean, we've talked about it at length throughout some of the games this year. As here comes Rowan. We'll get back to that in a second. That got blocked by Call. Rebound chance. That one went wide. As it's kept here down in the corner by Rowan. Profs trying to go to work down low. Matthew Allen with this. He's bumped off. The puck comes over to help him is Brady Bunting, but it's taken by Schneider and lofted down the ice. And this will be an icing here on Ryder. Like I was saying, we've talked about it at length where it's been a tough season for the Bronx, a true rebuilding year, if you will, for Ryder. I mean, like we said, you only have 2 seniors. You lost a ton of forward talent, a ton of defensive talent, and one of the best goaltenders to play ACHA Division II hockey of all time in Trevor Givorowski in terms of pure metrics and stats. As this is lofted up into the netting.
I was going to say, you're not going to recover from that overnight.
No, you're not going to recover from that overnight. I mean, you bring in Sean Klein as your second goaltender. You bring in some forwards. You bring in some defensive help. But you lose 3 of your forwards throughout the year, 3 of your skaters throughout the year. It's tough. It's very hard to do that and still be able to come out successful with a extremely young team.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the Profs have been successful this year. Their record shows it at 14-4-2. But, again, they have more seniors than the Bronx do. And
just more bodies.
Just more bodies, yeah. Just more bodies is the thing. As this is taken here by Tavares for Ryder. 2-on-1 here with Pape. Tavares looking. He fires. That one stopped by Young. Rebound was loose. As Tavares goes back here to Pape. Aaron Pape looks for an option here along the wall. He'll spin it back lower to Blazak. The 2 seniors trying to go to work in the slot. This one bounced through, but it got knocked away, and it comes back out to the neutral zone. Ty Schneider will dump right back in.
Couple good looks there, especially from Tavares. Nice little shot there.
Kenna breaks that one up. Pape will dump it into the zone. Back to collect goes Dom Riccardi. He'll play to the wall. Bowman looks for an option, finds it across to Shannon. As it's stopped away there for a moment there by Shane Smith, one of the freshmen here for the Bronx. Rowan still with it here in the zone. Pass dumped in. They're going to say that was tipped, so no icing. As Cusimano gets squeezed into the boards. Puck to the wall. McKeach trying to get a poke at it as that one is lofted up into the netting. And we get a whistle here with 12:03 left to go here in the first.
Seems like the ref's having a conversation with Rider coach Connor Fox.
As we get a good look at this draw here from our second camera down in the corner. As this is sent around off that draw, one there by Ryder. Blazak couldn't clear the zone, though. Good keep there along the boards there by the 18 of Matthew Karabasi. As now it's sent down the ice. Collected back by Riley Rudolph. Lofts a pass up for Karabasi again. Into the zone. Here comes Rowan. Pass right into the net front, and they score! And Rowan have the lead.
That was absolutely filthy.
That was a beautiful pass in front.
Believe that is Griffin Meyer with the goal.
It is.
What a pass from Karabasi. That was one of the cleanest passes you're going to see. And then forehand, backhand, Meyer finds the twine. 1-0 Rowan after just a very pretty sequence of events for the Profs.
Yeah, that was a great passing sequence, and that was actually, I think that may have been Rudolph who got that to him on that feed. So it's going to be Griffin Meyer's goal as Rowan take the lead here. That was their 8th shot of the game. Shots currently 8-3. Rowan up 1-0 now off the goal from Griffin Meyer as this is lofted out to center ice. I mentioned him earlier with Griffin Meyer. Familiar ice.
Yeah.
Here for him.
And that's one of those things, too, right? Like, you know the ice. You know what it's going to be like. And, it does, take a while to get accustomed to certain ice playing surfaces, but he was able to find that forehand, backhand, knew perfectly where that puck was bouncing, and he lofts it to give Rowan the early 1-0 lead.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, when you've played on this ice for pretty much your whole life, growing up here in Flemington for Griffin, I got to watch him play in high school with my younger brother at Hunterdon Central. So when he's played 4 years of high school hockey and played all of his youth hockey here, it tracks how he would know the ice here at Flemington Ice. As the Bronx now look to try and tie this game up, down 1-0 here against Rowan here on our BSB Game of the Week. As that's kicked aside there by Bazoko. If you're just tuning in, thank you for doing so. My name's Carl Pascal, joined alongside by Eric Johnson here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Here for our BSB Game of the Week as Ryder takes on Rowan. Long storied matchup between these two. Rowan up 1-0 now. Here in period 1 as that one skips right toward the net front. Bazoko will jump on top of it and hold for the cover as Kenna comes over to try and stir the pot up there with Jake McLeod.
Profs looking for that backhand.
Yeah, looking for another chance there on the backhand.
Off the draw. Kind of tie up. Looks like it's going to stay in the zone. Still shot goes wide.
And that was a high stick there, almost two from Rowan. As this is lofted up and out. Glove down there by Robinson. Pape nearly tracked on it there for the Bronx, but it is sent back in quickly there by the Profs. Bouncing puck out of the zone again. Blazak trying to get there, but beat out on the foot race as Robinson is back to collect. Pass sprung forward. Prunty plays this one off. Gut in a foot race trying to get to that. Couldn't do so. As Robinson is on it again, he'll spin it back. Not out of the zone just yet. Schneider with a good keep at the blue line. Ty Schneider working his way through. Tried to dump a pass off looking for Tavares as that one got centered. And it's covered up there by Aiden Young.
That's the one thing Ryder needed was a draw in their own offensive zone.
Yeah, they have to try and find a way to create some offensive chances here. They haven't had too many good looks just yet here in this one. Currently 4 shots on the board for the Bronx as Prunty tried to put that back lower, couldn't do so. Comes right back into the face of the Bronx, and they'll dump it back in once again. Back out here to call in the neutral zone. He'll send it back in deep a second time. As Shannon will lift this pass forward up to the 11 of Max Finley, who will just tip it in. Thomas, he'll take this away for a moment. Bennert to the puck. Able to keep it away for now for Ryder as Gut gets this out of the zone. Under 9 to go here in period number 1. As Gut will lift this forward. Bouncing puck goes out of the zone. Good clear there. Bennett tried to get to that. Gut tried to lay a hit. 3-on-1 quickly forming here for Rowan. That shot goes wide on a heater there from Brian Bowman. As he tries to get it back here at the blue line. Nearly got taken down. As a stick just got launched.
Yeah, I was saying, that you can see it from up here.
That shot got blocked away there by the defensive call. Off the shot from Finley. Pass lofted to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Now Bennett will just play it up off the boards and out. Gut tried to get to it, couldn't do so. Right back in quickly. That one fought off there by Bazoko on the shot from Riccardi. As this one lofted nearly into the Bronx bench, but it goes down the ice. No icing, we continue on.
Bronx had to get some fresh legs on there. They were tired.
Collected here by Rudolph. Gut will knock that one away as it's collected here by Prunty. Prunty has Shriver and Zuberchuk with him. Prunty fires. Waffle boarded away there by Young. Good shot there looking for the rebound as here it comes the other way. 3-on-1 here for Rowan. Pass across. Looking into the slot. It went wide on that chance. There from Dan Duffy. As Shriver tried to play that forward. Got picked off.
Good sliding block there from Ty as well, and Ty laying the body on.
A good hit there from Tyes. Now here comes McKeach. McKeach quickly in, walking through. Brendan McKeach with it. What a stop there from Young. Big save there from Young on McKeach. Nearly tied it.
A windmill-like save there from Aiden Young on Brendan McKeach. One of Ryder's stars this season.
Yeah, McKeach has been unbelievable so far this year for the Bronx. Has been spectacular for the junior from Fairless Hills, PA. Has been unreal for Ryder this year. Draw one there by Rowan. This one sent around the boards. Puck kept in by McKeach. He gets another shot on, and that one's covered up.
Another draw here. A little bit tied up. Bronx come away with the puck as it's played along in the boards. Rowan's been doing a good job just keeping that puck in the boards really all game as they're looking for a clear out, and they're going to get it.
And it's taken the other way. 2-on-1 forming here for Rowan. Pass across, but it was behind Jake McLeod. Couldn't get to it in time. As this gets pinned along the wall, Kenna doing a good job to play some stand-up D there. Trying to center again. That one stopped away by Bazoko as Call lays off for Zuberchuk. Zuberchuk finds Call on the pass. Tried to play it off the wall, but it hit the referee's leg as Kenna collects here for Ryder. Cusimano lofts this one down the ice. Gets by the stick there of Dimitri Thompson and goes down to the corner. Taken away by Ryder. Quick turn shot by McKeach is stopped again there by Young. Good look there for McKeach again. He's already got 3 good chances. Gets the puck here again. Down low, McKeach trying to play it into the slot. Bouncing puck for Blazak. Kenna with it again. Down in the corner. Back up to the point here for Call. Call through traffic. That one got blocked away at the top. That was Riccardi on that block. As it goes down behind the goal line now. Collected here by Ryder again. McKeach looking. Trying to find a lane here in the slot. No one there. Back up to the point for Call. Bouncer on him. Dumps right back through. Rebound chance was there as it's swatted away by Young. And we get a offside call here on Ryder.
Yeah, I was going to say that puck was on the verge of crossing that blue line. Don't know if it did, but the referees believed it did, and their opinion is more valuable than mine, so.
Yeah, that came just over as it bounced there on Jackson Call.
It was just barely close.
Referee's telling the players to back up there on that face-off. As Blazak tries to fight for this along the wall, it's taken away here by Jonathan Kromchik, the big defenseman from Vernon, New Jersey. Bouncing puck here, collected by Rowan again as Pape tried to lay the body along the blue line. It's kept here by the Profs. That shot up and over the bar. Puck here at the boards. It's Schuster with it who sends it around the wall. Now Bennett will collect on this and loft that right into the netting.
Yeah, trying to play it along the boards, but a dangerous flip over toward the netting. Kind of lucky it wasn't a delay of game there.
Yeah, definitely a little lucky that it didn't end up being a delay of game. Must have hit glass first before it went into the netting. Off the draw, win there by the Bronx as it's collected here by Bennett. He'll loft it up for Pape. Pass too hot to handle for him as this will go down for an icing here on Ryder. Here with 5:13 left to go here in the first. Off this draw, one here by Ryder as Bennett will send it around the wall looking for Pape. Able to get to it first, dumps it into the zone. Goes to chase after it as well. It's sent around here for the Profs as they look to try and get it out. Pape with a good takeaway, looking to spin back to Zuberchuk but couldn't find him on the feed. As he'll get to it now down low. Zuberchuk bouncing puck right into the slot. No one was there for Ryder as it's sent up here for Thomas. Thomas forward. Bowman will dump in. Now Riccardi will go to the puck. Him and Cusimano to the boards. It's cleared by Ryder again. And this will go for another icing here on Ryder.
And again, Ryder having another draw in their defensive zone, one of the things they do not want.
Face off one back here by Rowan. They will go back up to the point, but it's steered aside there at the blue line. It bounced over the stick, actually, of Alex Robinson. As Zuberchuk will send this one in. Only gets as far as Robinson as he'll try and play it back. Stopped at the red line. Zuberchuk with it. He'll try and get by the defense. Wasn't able to do so. Got stopped on the back check there from Karabasi. As Shriver tried to lay a hip check there. Collected by him now. Bronx tried to enter in, but it got knocked away there by Duffy. Good check there from him to keep that puck away, but that's going to be called offside there on Rowan.
Yeah, Bronx definitely trying to lay the body. I saw Bennett going for a hit earlier, coming in really, really quick with a head of steam. And then Shriver there just looking for the hit. Couldn't connect, but you can tell the physicality's still there.
Oh, yeah. The Bronx are going to play that way no matter what. That's just kind of part of who they are as a team and a culture.
And I think Rowan knows that, right?
Oh, yeah, and they'll return the favor,
yeah, exactly.
Of course. So, no surprise there between the physicality. We expect that and then some between these teams. Obviously, like we've talked about already here in the first, not the same group that really had a lot of animosity between each other as Bazoko makes a beautiful glove save there.
Beautiful save. Like you said, perfectly done by Bazoko, making some highlight reel saves.
That's a beautiful save there from Louie.
And he's getting the puck shot at him a lot so far. So
yeah, 13 shots so far for Rowan. Obviously, they get one past him on that. Basically, a breakaway goal there for Griffin Meyer. Was all alone in front with him. As this one goes sailing down the ice. Robinson on it again here for the Profs. As they'll play this off the wall. Now this will go back for an icing here. Bazoko's going to have to lay it off. They waved it off, actually, before Bazoko touched it. But Bennett has this. Bennett pokes it up. Able to find it up to Turner, who will dump in. Kenna here to the right side corner. Able to keep this puck for now. Had it for only a second as now here comes Rowan. Quickly flying in. Pass into the slot. They score. It's Lucas Riccardi.
For the second time this period, you see a great shot and even better pass. Jake McLeod coming up along the side, finding Riccardi for a perfect one-timer right past Bazoko to make it a 2-0 Profs lead.
So the Profs take a 2-0 lead here against the Bronx.
That one-timer was wicked. Absolutely wicked.
Yeah, great shot there. Beat Bazoko glove side again. As it's now a 2-0 Rowan lead here on Ryder's home ice. As call got taken down. Puck collected here by Rowan. So it's Riccardi from McLeod and Bianchi. As this is dumped in here, Young will just lay this one off. Nearly misplayed it. Trying to center there was Tavares as the net pops off its moorings. Rowan getting a little lucky there.
Yeah, lucky is a good word to describe it because they were kind of playing with fire a little bit.
Yeah, Young was out of his net, misplayed that puck, and it bounced right into the slot. They're lucky that Pape couldn't get the pass off into the middle either. It skipped on him. Rowan with another face-off win here. They'll loft this one up and out quickly the other way. Here comes Karabasi streaking, and he fires. Stopped there by Bazoko. Good save again there from Louis.
Bronx had to hurry back up.
This goes up to the point here. Kept by Rudolph as he'll have to lay it lower, looking for Riccardi. Riccardi across. That one meant to the slot there for Karabasi. Wouldn't go. As Blazak trying to go the other way. Blazak flying in. Beautiful move to cut by, but couldn't handle the puck as it's taken back here by the Profs.
If that worked, that would have been one of Alex's best moves we've seen throughout his Bronx tenure.
And Alex has certainly had some good ones as that one skips into Bazoko off that deflected shot, and he'll cover up on it. Puck back up at the point here, kept by Rowan off that draw. Cycled down around the zone as Cusimano gets it up for McKeach. He'll find Zuberchuk on the pass the other way. Zuberchuk flying in. Spinorama able to keep the puck down low. Beautiful job to do so as Bennett will go back here to Zuberchuk. Gets it down to Shriver. Shriver. He mishandled the puck. It's taken by Kromchik. But not out of the zone. Down lower, Zuberchuk with it across. McKeach had it poked away. I think Zuberchuk should have shot that one instead.
I think he should have shot that puck.
As they score again, what a blistering shot there from Nick Thomas.
I would say Captain Nick Thomas. Another one-timer right past Bazoko.
That was a laser beam to the top shelf on the glove side. And Rowan up 3-0.
And that's just Rowan capitalizing and going the other way, having this opportunity.
Seems like our instant replay did not want to
work
there.
I will try to vocalize what you would have seen on that instant replay. Vlad having the opportunity to pass the puck, shoot it. He decides to pass it to McKean, gets intercepted, picked off, and Nick Thomas goes the other way. And like you said, a laser beam right over Bazoko's shoulder. It is now a 3-0 Profs lead with just over a minute to go left in the first.
That was the 16th shot of the period there for Rowan. As Call will take down a man in the corner. Puck fell down underneath him. Centering pass. Prunty is there. Prunty. He'll dump in and give chase. Goes down to the corner there with Carter Wyatt as it's taken by Ryder. Pass away there from Schneider. Quick shot. That got blocked aside in front. Rebound chance. That got stopped by Young. Good response there from the Bronx, looking to try and get one back here in the final minute. Kept in by Ryder. Puck around, and we're going to get a penalty here, I think. And indeed we are. Looks like it's going to be Rowan going to the box. So to the power play go the Bronx. Here to the man advantage.
At a time when the Bronx really need it to.
Oh yeah, this is a big moment here on the power play here for Ryder, as they will win the draw and keep it here in the corner. Puck down into the near side. Zuberchuk with it behind the goal line. He looks for an option, plays it off here to McKeach. McKeach across, Schneider there looking. Finds McKeach on the pass again. He fires, that went just wide. Just wide of the right side post. As it's sent up here to Blazak. And that will do it for period number 1. So at the end of one, a 3-0 game in favor of the Rowan Profs. We expected them to come out strong, quick, fast. I think every adjective I could have named there.
Met expectations.
Expectations.
Met, even exceeded.
Yeah, and honestly, for Ryder, not a terrible period. I mean, you go down 3-0, obviously. Not ideal. Not what you want in period number one back here at home after the ACC showcase last weekend. But overall, you had a couple really good chances. McKeach played fantastic in that first period.
Absolutely.
I mean, that third goal was a laser beam to the top shelf, and the first one is Louis gets left all alone on a beautiful pass right into the slot.
Yeah.
The second one, maybe you want to have that one back, but at the end of the first, Ryder's still got some work to do. There's still a lot of hockey left, obviously.
Yes.
Still 40 minutes left to go here in the second
Just
and
don't let
third.
frustration take over, right? Because they are going to go back to the locker room, and they're going to be frustrated.
Yep.
You know, being down 3-0, that's going to cause frustration, but they cannot let that take over. They got to come out, and you got to capitalize. You want to start off the second period hot, capitalize on this man advantage.
For sure. You got a minute 37 left to go on the power play. Starting the second period, shots were 16-9 at the end of one in favor of the Profs. But we're going to step aside, take a short break. When we come back, we will have the second period of action for you. You've been watching Ryder Bronx Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Rider Bronx Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. We are back here for period number 2. My name is Carl Pascal, joined alongside by Eric Johnson as we get ready for this second period. Thank you for joining us here this evening, here on BSB for our Game of the Week, here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Currently a 3-0 lead in favor of the Profs after 20 minutes. Definitely a rough first period for the Bronx, but I talked about it at the end of one, and if you missed it and you're just coming in now for the second period, the Bronx didn't have a bad period, but obviously you'd like a little bit more juice offensively.
Juice is a good word. There's definitely a little bit of a learning curve.
For sure.
Know, and coming in 3-0, that's going to be tough, but they're on the man advantage. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Yeah, they're going to be on the man advantage here to start this second period as we are off and running here for the middle frame. Here comes McKeach down the far side boards. He pulls up down at the hash marks, looks for an option, goes back up to the point here to Schneider. He finds Blazak, who finds Schneider again. Rebound chance, they score! It's Zubrachuk, and the Bronx are on the board.
That's what I'm talking about. Capitalize quickly on the man advantage, and Vlad finding the back of the net, getting one past Aiden Young to quickly set the tone in this second period. Let's take a second look.
Yeah, this was a beautiful play here. McKeach with a good pull-up there. Couple of passes here to find some options, and Schneider with a good shot. Zubrachuk gets the deflection, and it's a beautiful finish there for Ryder.
Good shot there from Ty, making his brother proud with that shot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. His brother Ty Schneider, number 10.
Cole.
Thank you. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Oh, that's what I meant. You knew where I was going with that. You knew where I was going with that. Cole, obviously,
and I'll tell you
number
this.
10.
I was thinking about this during the first period. These Profs know the Schneiders very well. Cole has done some damage to these guys over the years.
Trust me, well aware of that. As this one gets dumped into the corner. As this is played up and out of the zone. Dumped right back in quickly, though, by the Profs as they look to try and answer back here. Still up by 2 as Ryder hunts for more, but a successful power play there for the Bronx as that gets lofted. Up and out of play. And while we've got a sec here with the whistle, looking at the out-of-town scoreboard here for our other game going on Breakout Sports Broadcasting right now. Rutgers University ACHA Division I, the Scarlet Knights taking on the University of Buffalo Bulls. Also right now, currently a 4-3 game in favor of Rutgers. They were up 4-1 at one point, so Buffalo storming back to try and get within 1 here. They're in the second period as well with about 7:25 left to go in it, so make sure to also have that one tuned into as well as this one here on BSB. We've got 2 more games tomorrow as well on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. As this quick shot stopped there by Bazoko, and the net comes off its moorings, and we'll get another whistle.
That's right. Two games today, 2 games tomorrow. That's 4 good games this weekend.
Yes. We've got another round of Rutgers-Buffalo tomorrow as well. That one's set for a 2:45 puck drop. And then St. Joe's taking on Stockton. St. Joe's on a absolute heater have won 16 straight games. For the St. Joe's Hawks. They have been unreal so far this year, and actually their first game on that win streak came after a loss to this Profs squad to start the year. It was a 6-3 game. I was on the call for that one over at the stadium as we're going to get a delayed penalty here on the play. I think this is going to be on Ryder as it's touched up there by Bazoko.
It is going to be on the Bronx, which is the one thing the Bronx didn't really want to see this quickly.
Definitely not. If you're the Bronx right now, penalty not what you need. Kills a little bit of your momentum after scoring that goal quickly here in the second period. Going to need a lot of help here from Bazoko in net. As well as the D-men as Ryder wins that draw, trying to clear, can't get it out of the zone. Back up to the point. Rowan cycling lower, down to the goal line, trying to find an option, goes back up here to the point. Here at the blue line, it's kept by Finley. Across, here at the circle, Cusimano couldn't get a stick to it as it finds its way to Bowman. Bowman down low, trying to work his way through. That shot went wide. Bazoko got a piece of
I
it
was
there.
going to say, good stick use there by Bazoko.
Finley fires, kicked aside by Bazoko again. Another save as this goes back to the blue line. Good keep there at the point, though, by Max Finley. Bowman across, backdoor feed. That one went wide, and it is cleared down the ice there for the Bronx. Needed clear there for Ryder.
Yeah, I think they need some fresh legs on.
1:10 left to go here on the power play. Here for Rowan as they will storm in quickly. Finley with it. Fires a shot. That was knocked away by Bazoko. And net is loose, and we'll get another whistle. Here with 1:02 left to go. Here on the man advantage. Face-off won there by the Bronx, but they can't clear the zone again. Kept in there at the blue line there by Thomas. The captain doing a good job to keep that. This one in close, back up to the point now. Shot through traffic, stopped away by Bazoko again. That was Robinson who took that one. As it's laid off here by Bianchi. Looking for him again. Robinson at the point. Redirected shot, stopped by Bazoko, and he will cover. Good work there from Louis.
Profs were tipping at that pretty quickly, trying to poke it through Bazoko.
.39 seconds left to go on the power play. Off that draw, scramble there. Ryder's able to come away with it as Schneider will send it down the ice. Zuberchuk with some speed to chase after it here will pull off as it's collected by Alex Robinson. Robinson across. He'll find the stick of Thomas as Zuberchuk gets on to him, and it's dumped away there by Schneider again. Pape will give chase there, short-handed. Puck around to McLeod. McLeod gets bumped there by Pape, has to lay off, finds Bianchi on the pass. As he'll drive in with 10 seconds left on the power play, Zuberchuk takes a man down, and that's going to be another penalty here on Ryder.
The minute he took somebody down, I went, ooh, that might be called. I saw the referee's hand get waved.
Yeah, that went up immediately.
Immediately, yep.
It's going to be a hooking call. So a short 5-on-3 here for the Profs. Not ideal for Ryder.
Ryder needs to win this draw and clear it out of the zone immediately.
And it's won there by Rowan, though. Back up to the point. Pass across. Walking through. This one centered there, but it's stopped by Bazoko. And it's cleared down the ice, but it went up and into the penalty box.
So it's a roughing call on Vlad.
So now back to the 5-on-4 are the Profs from that very brief 5-on-3. Here on this face-off. It's won there by Rowan again. They'll go back up to the point. Pass laid off. Top of the circle looking for an option is Finley. He'll go back up to the blue line for Rudolph. Finley again with it. Puck down low. Trying to center. They score. Backdoor feed across. Over there to Riccardi. And it is 4-1.
The second Riccardi brother finds the back of the net, and he had a wide open opportunity.
And we'll get another look at it here. Finley doing some good work. Plays this lower.
Riccardi's left all alone.
Yeah, he got left all alone there on the back door.
Ryder playing a little too close to the net, and Finley with the pass finds an open Riccardi. If he was able to get any shot of that, that was probably going in the back of the net. Nothing Louis could do there, and it is back to a 4-1 lead. 3-goal advantage for the Profs.
And both teams with a power play goal here in the start of this second period. As this is dumped in, it's knocked away there by the stick of Aiden Young. As here comes Carter Wyatt flying up the ice. Wyatt looking, he fires, stopped by Bazoko. And he'll hold on for the whistle.
I believe a Bronc got a stick on that as well.
Off that face-off, won there by Ryder, and they're able to get it out of the zone and down the ice. No icing, though, as it's tracked down by John Shannon. Shannon squeezed there by Shriver. Puck goes to the corner again. Shriver able to come away with this as he goes up to the point here for Smith. He wires one that got deflected just wide by McKeach.
That was a rocket from Smith.
That was a good shot. Good look for a chance as here comes the Profs. That's stopped away there by Bazoko. That was Matthew Allen with a good move to cut by. As out of the zone it comes, Zuberchuk has it here for Ryder. Zuberchuk lays off. McKeach fires. He goes up and over, and that hops out of play. Over to the fans.
McKeach again just shooting that puck. Absolutely been everywhere tonight. We were talking about it right at the end of the first.
Yeah, McKeach has been electric for the Bronx this year. Has been crazy consistent for Ryder in his performances. Has really been driving play left and right. Here for the Bronx as Zuberchuk will get to this down here in the corner. He looked to center, couldn't do so. It bounces here for the stick of Jonathan Kromchik. The big 6'7" defenseman as here come the Profs. Drop-off pass, looking to center that one. That one went just wide. Schneider got a stick in there. As Zuberchuk will play a pass up to McKeach. He gets decked there at the red line and it's dumped in there by Ryder.
Surprised kind of Young let that puck go.
As Cusimano finds this one up here to McKeach, he'll play in. Shriver will give chase. Tried to get there first, but got closed off by the big defenseman of Kromchik as McKeach toe drag, ran into Shriver though. As this is dumped in. And McKeach upset as he will go to the bench. Did a good job to get to that puck, but just ran into Shriver as they came together. Now, back the other way. That shot goes up and over the bar. Rebound chance, trickles in onto Bazoko. He makes another save, and he will cover up on it.
I was going to say, Louis got to cover that puck. And, you know, he made a good effort on that first one. Just puck a little bit bouncy, diving on top of that second one because that rebound was coming.
Yeah, it definitely was. Bouncing around all over the place there. Faceoff will end up to the left here of Bazoko. Off that draw, Bronx come away with it. Turner with it here. He gets stripped of the puck. Quick takeaway there for the Profs. That one went wide on the pass from Meyer. As it's collected here by Ryder. Tavares will loft this one in. Finds its way in on to Young, and he'll just hold on with the glove.
Tavares actually set to take the draw here.
Pape with Tavares and Blazak for this line here for the Bronx. Turner and Bennett, the defenseman, chased from the circle. There is Duffy. But Rowan are able to win it and send the pass out here, able to find Karabasi. Karabasi lays off. Duffy looking for an option, goes back up to the point. Shot from the blue line, that got steered away. Someone's pad came off there. As now the net back on its moorings. Not sure whose pad that is that came off.
Yeah, not really sure of the color of it either because could go either or, but seems like it's for a Bronx.
It does look like it's from Benner. It looks like it might have actually been part of his hip pad that came out from his shell there. So he'll have to try and do some repairs on that. So he'll go to the bench. Face off, one back up to the point here by Rowan. Pass gets dumped lower. Down to the goal line, looking for an option. Tried to center that one, looking for Thomas, but it's taken away by the Bronx. Pape will dump in. Blazak trying to chase after this. Thomas there will send it around. Bounced off the end wall. Weird as this will go. Back up here for Rowan. Thomas with it, streaking in. Thomas looking, trying to break through. Rebound chance. Big save there by Bazoko. Beautiful stop there by Louis. As this gets stuck in the feet here of a Rowan skater. Still with it here are the Profs deep in the zone. Puck down low, able to find it to Bowman as he collides there with Call. Call pinned down low, coming over to help is Tavares. It's stuck in his skates. 2-on-2 down there. Rowan comes away with it. Back up to the point. Fed across. That shot blocked away there by Pape as it bounces right into the slot. Broken up by the defense, trying to cover his Bazooka when it went to the corner. As Call tried to clear, it got blocked away there for a moment. Schneider to this. He'll send it around, takes a funny hop off the dasher, and it's out of the zone. Good bounce there for the Bronx as Schneider will get this.
Bronx needed that clear. They were itching for one. A lot of close clearance there in front of the net.
They needed some changes, and they'll get more here as Gut and Kenna hop on. Gut trying to lay the body. Nearly took that puck away. Bouncer there for Kenna, skips aside over to Riccardi as he'll send this one across. Cusimano gets a tap on that. Here comes Kenna, the captain, into the zone. Tried to lay a pass off, spins away, looking for options, fires a shot on Gut, rebound. Chance was there, couldn't get a whack at it. As it goes down low here, taken by Rudolph, as he'll play it across. Schuster will dump this one in. Smith around, looking for Cusimano, couldn't connect on the pass. Kept in here by Schuster, now taken by Kenna. Out here for Prunty. Prunty tries to go for the dangle, got bumped off the puck though as Gut was too far behind the play to get to it. 3-on-2, here comes Rowan. 4-on-2 now for the Profs. Pass, laid off, glove save made by Bazoko.
Standing tall in that 4-on-2.
That's a great stop there by Bazoko. There with the leather.
That could have been very, very, very dangerous.
Yeah, that was a great shot there.
Good rush from the Profs as well, so.
Off this draw, bouncing puck here. Skated up here by McKeach as he'll drive in. McKeach with it, down behind the goal line. He nearly got bumped off the puck, able to keep it for half a second as Zuberchuk tried to lay a hit at the wall. Zuberchuk to McKeach again, looking to center. Bouncing puck for Shriver, went into his pads as he'll go to the point here. Benner with it at the blue line. Shot through traffic, gobbled up there. Puck still loose. Zuberchuk with a good job to get in there for just a second and knock it away. As it finds its way back here to Turner. Lofted down the ice. McKeach will beat out the icing. McKeach strong on the puck, had it for a moment. Able to help him is Zuberchuk. He fired, kicked away at the last second there by Young. Caught him by surprise as Turner at the point fires.
I was going to say, I don't think Young expected that shot there from Zuberchuk.
He saw that at the very last second. As this is skated out here by Bianchi. Bianchi tried to fire, got blocked there by Bennett. As it finds its way to McKeach again. McKeach opts to skate it. Has some room in front of him. Avoids one. Into the zone. McKeach looking for an option. Will just fire that wide. As Tavares puts this down low. Looking back. Up to the point. Bennett there. Has to play back to the corner here for McKeach. Long shift here for Brendan as this will be played around for Zuberchuk. Zuberchuk spins around. McKeach with it again. Turnaround shot went wide. As it goes to Bennett. And this will go out of the zone. Turner will have to try and track it down with Riccardi chasing him. He will get it up to Bennett. Bennett looks, trying to find a pass up to Pape. He'll just tip in. Here with 8:45 left to go in the second period. Pape will take it away. Looking, centering pass. Tavares there had it on his backhand, though. As it goes down here for Thompson.
Most of the time I've seen the Bronx spent consecutively in the zone.
Yeah, this
Probably
is a
all
good,
game,
good
yeah.
couple of shifts here from the Bronx. Really turning up the offensive pressure here, playing a high defensive line here, almost at the red line for almost this entire last 2 minutes.
And honestly, it's been working for him as that puck almost goes right in front of us.
That one almost bounced right up into the broadcast box. We've had that happen almost a few times this year. As this puck sent around the wall here, taken away by Ty Schneider. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Robinson with it again. As this goes to the corner. Looking to center. That one skipped away. Was there in the slot for about half a second. As it goes to the right side wall. Down below. Big hit there from Bennett behind the goal line. Trying to watch for a backdoor pass. That got broken up. Good stick check there from Pape as it's dumped down there by Blazak. Forward change coming here for the Bronx. Need to do so quickly. Thompson plays a pass forward. Quickly in. Here come the Profs. Saucer pass. Bouncer there. That one went wide. Rudolph with it again. He'll send this around the boards. Finds it over to Bowman. Bowman looking. Pass across into the circle. Skipped away for a moment. Now down to the corner here for Riccardi. Prunty for the Bronx. He can't clear. Up to the point again. Walking the line there is Rudolph as he'll dive lower. His shot went wide. And it comes out of the zone off the wall. And the Profs are going to have to reset here. Pass up here to Rudolph. Rudolph looking, trying to go to the back door, trying to look for it was I think Bazoko there as he tried to get a whack at that, but he'll jump on top of it here on that rebound.
Rowan going for a lot of these sharp angle shots, these backhanders, trying to fool the Bronx.
Off this draw, cleared there by Ryder. Trying to get to it was Zubrachuk, but couldn't do so in time. As Cusimano along the boards. He gets it out here for Shriver. 3-on-2 here for the Bronx. Here comes McKeach. McKeach looking to Shriver. Bouncing puck. Zubrachuk couldn't get a whack at it. Puck down low. McKeach is there trying to fight for it here. Able to keep it away for now. And the circle. He fires through, but it's stopped there by Young.
Yeah, Rowan made that 3-on-2 into a 3-on-3 very, very quickly. Hustled down the ice. So McGee's going to be the one to take the draw here. And he's going to win it. Call going in, taking a shot. Kick save there by Young. Good shot there from Jackson.
And that was a good look there from Jackson. Off that draw as this goes out the other way here. Puck skips there by Bazoko as he tried to glove it. It went away. As Rowan still with it here deep in the zone. Trying to cut their way in front. That one is gobbled up there by Bazoko right in the breadbasket. Here with under 6 minutes to go. Here in period number 2. It's been a very fast second period.
I was going to say, up until recently, we haven't had that many stoppages.
Yeah, it's definitely been a quick period, that's for sure. And I guarantee you, as we say that, we broadcasters curse it. We've done it so many times at this point. Always a jinx. Always a jinx.
We're going to be up here for a while before we take these headsets off for the second intermission.
This last 5:48 or so is going to turn into about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
As here comes Shriver. Shriver streaking down. It's stopped away by Young.
Good shot there from Shriver.
As McKeach tried to lay the hammer there along his own bench. It bounces here for the Profs. Quickly into the zone. Here comes Wyatt. Wyatt, his shot went well wide. Chasing after this goes Bunting. He'll keep it in. Benner gets some help there from Shriver along the boards, trying to keep it away. As Benner getting into it behind the cage now. There with what looks like Matthew Allen, as this is just flipped into the zone. Bouncing puck, Turner has that knocked aside as he lost an edge. Still with it is Rowan. That's blocked by Turner, though. Big block there from him. As it goes down here for Bunting again, looking into the center. That one's taken here by Zubrachuk for the Bronx. He'll just dump in hard. Pape will give chase on it. He lays a hit. Pape with it, looking to center for Tavares. Couldn't get it into the slot as it's lofted up and out again in the neutral zone. Puck the other way. Here comes Rowan. Laid off. Blazak got a tap on that. Bronx couldn't clear, though. Top of the slot. That one shot goes wide there from Duffy.
I think Blazak wanted more than just a little bit of a tip on that. He wanted to get that out to the neutral zone.
Oh, yeah. He was looking for Tavares on that pass. As this one meant for the backdoor. What a save there by Bazoko with the pads. Got another one as well. Puck back up to the point. Kept in here by Robinson. Will send this one into the skates there of Karabasi. As it's kept there in the far side corner. Schneider able to get it away. Pape looking to clear. Finds Blazak on the pass. Toe drag move from Blaze. He will dump in here with under 4 minutes left to go in period 2. Karabasi across. Able to find the feed over here to Thompson, who will get across the blue line, but that's going to be called offside. There on Rowan.
Got there just a little quickly. Ryder playing a little bit better throughout this second period, kind of finding their groove a little bit more. Kenna now on the draw. Right outside, a little bit of a tie-up. Goes to the board, but Rowan just going to dump it in. Smith there near the boards trying to clear it out. Can't really do so. Still hanging in. Shot and a save there by Bizoko, and he will hold.
Yeah, shots currently 35-18 in favor of the Profs.
Doubling him up.
Yeah, Lewis had to do a lot of work. Obviously, he's given up 4 so far, but I mean, he's seen a lot of rubber so far here in this one, and we still got a whole 20 minutes left to go. As Zuberchuk trying to get to this. Zuberchuk with it, tried to go for a drop pass, back got held up there by the defense.
They were triple teaming Vlad on that exchange.
Yeah, they certainly were. I mean, Vlad is a tough guy. Tough guy to hold on to. Has some speed. He's a big guy. He is built. That's for sure. We've talked about it before this year. He is built like a freight train. As this one is tipped forward into the zone. Driving in. Here comes Bowman. Pass stopped there by the Bronx, and it's out of the zone again. No icing. Didn't have enough juice for it as it's collected by Rudolph. The senior from Egg Harbor Township will launch this pass forward. Finds Thomas on the feed. Pass into the zone. Back to get it goes Smith. He will play it around for Cusimano. Gets it forward to McKeach. McKeach up off the wall. Finds Blazak on the pass. Blazak down in the corner. Kenna comes over to help him. Goes back up to the point here for Cusimano, who will send it around the boards. McKeach will get to it again. McKeach to the point. Tried to find Smith. Pass was too hot to handle. And it will go all the way back here for Cusimano.
I was going to say, just a little too much sauce on that.
Yeah, a little bit too hard. Smith will play this up the boards here for Pape again. Tips it up looking for Shriver. Bouncer here for Blazak. Blazak fires. That got blocked away, though, as he goes spiraling into the corner. Good block there from McLeod as this shot from the point skips up into the netting. Here with 1:53 left to go in the second.
Yeah, Blazak went sliding on that shot attempt. About a quarter of the way to the boards.
Yeah, he definitely did. And chased from the circle there is Jake McLeod. Face-off one, though, by Rowan as it's kept in there by Ty Schneider at the point with the glove. That bounced off of Shriver as Turner gets it at the blue line. He fires. That shot's blocked away. Rowan trying to go the other direction here. They're hung up for a second along the boards as the Bronx will take this puck back and flip into the zone for a moment. Now collected by McLeod again and sends it up. Bianchi looking in the slot, kicked aside there by Bizoko. Another chance in the low slot blocked away. Bouncer there for Shriver, somehow able to keep that puck.
I was going to say, Shriver's going to want to keep it out. Back on the puck now with Shriver.
Yeah, doing a good job as he will go toe-to-toe with Kromchik. Pretty big size disparity there as Pape will take this away, finds Shriver. Looking, backdoor pass, Blazak there, walking through, it stopped. Puck rebound still loose. Did that go in? Rebound chance was there. Is the puck in the back of the net? The ref says it is! I think it's going to go to Blazak.
That is chaos in the front of the net, and I believe it is going to be Blazak's goal after all of that. A mad scramble.
I think that puck may have gone in the first time on that second whack at it. We're going to get another look at it here on that replay. So this puck gets shot by Blazak. Initially stopped, that rebound chance there. I think the puck might have gone in.
Might have gone in.
But either way, the ref distinctly signaling goal afterwards.
So it must have gone in before the net came off.
Yeah, must have gone on right before it. And the Bronx get one back and cut it to a 2-goal game.
In a very unique fashion.
A very Rider fashion there, I would say. I mean, we've seen it time and time again in the past.
Very
where
Rider
going to the net. That's what the Bronx do. That's what the Bronx have always done, is you go to the net hard. As here come the Bronx again. Another chance as Prunty tried to drive in. Him and Tavares there couldn't handle the puck, and we're going to get an icing here, or an offside rather here. But, I mean, that's one thing that the Bronx have always done, going hard to the net front, crashing the net, looking for rebounds, and Blazak took that shot. There were about 3 Bronx right there ready to jump on top of it.
10 sticks there that I saw. I was like, oh, my God.
So the Bronx will cut this to a 2-goal game here in the final minute of period 2. As this is sent around the boards, 22 seconds left to go here in the middle frame. As Robinson looks to get this one forward. Pass across. Robinson couldn't get there in time. Duffy with it. He'll just dump in. To the corner it goes here on the right side. Rowan looking to try and respond with time winding down on the frame. As this will get cleared down the ice. Prunty will get there, but it's going to be the end of the period. So that will do it for the second. At the end of 40 minutes of hockey here between the Profs and the Bronx. A 4-2 game in favor of Rowan. Shots currently 37-20 at the end of 2.
Yeah, I mean, getting those 2 goals, right? You bookend the period with goals. You know, of course, you give up that one in between, but you're cutting the deficit down. A lot better second period than the first one. You know, like you said, crashing the net, getting those opportunities, and then the first goal from Vlad on the man advantage, setting the tone for the period.
As we get a good look as Vlad walks off to the locker room here.
Very proud of himself, he was.
But we will head to the second intermission, as that will do it for period number 2. But 4-2 after 40 minutes of hockey here between the Bronx and the Profs. But we're going to step aside, take a short break, come back for period number 3 in just a few minutes. You've been watching Rider Bronx Ice Hockey presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Rider Bronx Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal, joined alongside by Eric Johnson, here for the third, and we're off and running here for the third stanza of this one. As the Bronx scored in the final minute of period number 2 to make it a 2-goal game, 4-2. The Rowan Profs still leading here in this one. Here in our BSB Game of the Week. Once again, thank you for joining us here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. Shots coming into the frame, 37-20 in favor of Rowan. They've got that 2-goal lead, like I mentioned, and definitely a better second period for the Bronx.
Yeah, they definitely recovered is the word I would use. They recovered quite a bit from the first, only letting up 1 goal. They outscored them. That's big. So, let's see if they can keep up the positive momentum because they scored early in period number 2.
Yeah, definitely a big second period there for the Bronx. Like you said, 2 goals. They bookended the period with a goal in the first minute and a goal in the last minute. The first one was on the power play. Rowan got a power play of their own to take back their 3-goal lead. And then within the final minute of the period, the Bronx score again. And while we've got a second here on this faceoff, looking at the out-of-town scoreboard for our other game going on Breakout Sports Broadcasting here this evening, as the Rutgers University Scarlet Knights for their ACHA Division I program taking on the University of Buffalo. A 6-5 Buffalo lead in the third period with about 10.5 minutes left to go. A barn burner over there.
I was going to say that is definitely that score changed.
Oh, yeah. It was a 4-1 lead at one point for Rutgers, and Buffalo stormed back and has taken the lead 6-5. 11 goals total in that one over there. I mean, we were talking in the intermission about some of the NHL scores going on right now. 9-3 Sabres over Chicago right now, the last time we looked at it.
You could say the goal scoring night has been quite popular.
Yes, it has. That is for sure. As this faceoff will come all the way back into the Rowan end off that icing call. Quickly skated out here by the Profs with some speed here from Matthew Allen, trying to cut by the defense, looking to center. Stopped there by Bazoko. Good save.
Right off the bat, too. Got in real nice and tight, and Bazoko was able to stone him.
As this one goes lofted into the high glass. Call with a bump, but will get it forward up there to Blazak. Bounces off the skates of Pape. Schneider will now collect. Ty Schneider working his way through, still with the puck. Schneider still with it, had it for a moment, but couldn't get the shot off. Shades of Cole on that one.
Yes, I was going to say shades of Cole, shades of McDermott. Was ready to fire that shot. That looked like his brother.
Who we didn't mention yet, shades of Eddie Coyne.
Eddie used to do that all the time, And I'm seeing a lot of Eddie-like shots tonight coming from the blue line. A lot of stronger shots.
Yeah, Ty has looked good so far. As here come the Profs streaking down, stopped there by Bazoko. Didn't know where it was, but he made the stop as it's dumped right back in.
Yeah, it was a quick clear there from Gutt as well.
Pass up and out of the zone again. Finds its way here up to Prunty. As Prunty will streak in. He fires. That one's fought off there with the shoulder. There by Young. Good shot there from Anthony Prunty, one of the freshmen here.
I was going to say, I'm glad you mentioned that because the lack of bodies, for the Bronx has resulted in some of these guys getting a lot more playing time and a lot more looks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Prunty's been one of them. Tavares has been one of them. Shriver getting slotted up to basically the top line. Yeah, Gutt as well. I mean, Shriver basically has been put on the top line with McKeach and Zuberchuk.
Kind of out of necessity.
Yeah, out of necessity, but he's getting some good looks. Yeah. Had a few here in this one already tonight. I mean, he's had some good looks so far this season as well. As we were mentioning all three of these guys, Gutt, Tavares, and Prunty, as that's covered up there by Young again. But this line, again, built out of necessity here. You're missing 3 players. You lose 3 players during the season. And out of necessity, you build a line, and with Turner as basically, Braden Turner basically as a floating forward/defenseman a la Christian Warzinski-esque, or even McDermott from last year, as this goes down for an icing here on Rowan again. But being a floating player who can play forward or defense for Turner definitely helps as well with the Bronx needs.
Specifically on that defensive end, because I'm looking at the defensemen, and I know I said this last game too, but their legs are always looking tired.
Yeah, I mean,
always.
when you've only got 5 defensemen, it definitely hurts.
Yeah.
When you've got 5D and, again, like with Turner, who can play either forward or defenseman out of necessity, just due to bodies and how many games you play in a few days. I mean, going to the ACC showcase last weekend, you've got 3 games in 3 days. Got to shift the people around a little bit. As this is taken back here by Rowan, they'll dump this one in. They're off the stick of Brian Bowman, has one here in this one this evening. As he'll get to it again here, the assistant captain spins around there from Kenna. Kenna, the Bronx captain. He chases after him. Here to the wall. Bouncing puck gets lofted right up into the netting. And we'll get another stoppage here. And the referees there down at the goal was actually doing a little bit of talking there with the fans behind the glass who were saying that the faceoff should have been outside the zone.
I was going to say, there were quite a few fans over there. I saw a Rowan flag there earlier.
Yeah, there was a
around.
Rowan flag here. I mean,
I don't know where that went.
We've known for many years that Rowan travels heavy, especially against the Bronx. All these guys know each other. All these guys have played against each other or played with each other, as Bazooka will gobble that one up.
Good glove save there from Bazooka.
But obviously, they travel heavy. We know this. We've known this for forever. Still a very good crowd here at 10 o'clock here at the Flemington Ice Arena. As this goes back up to the point. Shot through traffic, stopped away there by Bazooka again. Turnaround shot, another save for Louis.
Yeah, I would say 2 quick shots there on Louis.
As Shriver will collect this, sends this up to Blazak. He'll dump in. Pape will give chase on it here for Ryder. Puck goes to the corner. Pape with a good hit along the boards. Puck still loose down behind the goal line. Shriver and Pape trying to fight for it. Profs come away with it, though, and will loft it. Up and down the ice. Glove down by Robinson. He'll lay off. Kusamana with a good hit into the corner. Puck around the wall. Rowan can't keep it in the zone as it gets by the 10 of Evan Schuster. As that's tipped right up into the netting there. As this puck will go down the ice here.
Which is, again, the Bronx need more opportunities. They were struggling to clear it a little bit earlier, Kind of getting set. They got to play a little bit more physical. And like I said, they're trying.
Yeah, and they need to capitalize on what they were doing well in period number 2.
Exactly.
I mean, there were some great looks that they had. There was a 3 or 4 minute stretch where they were playing really, really strong hockey.
But this third period, the start has been all Profs.
Well, it's also been a slow start to this period overall. Tons of stoppages, icings, pucks out of play. I mean, Rowan just trying to play a little bit of shutdown hockey right now.
That doesn't fit to Ryder's strength.
No, it definitely doesn't. I mean, they want to keep the play moving. Obviously, we've talked about it with the legs. They need stoppages to get fresh players on. But if you're changing on the fly and you can make it work, which Ryder is really good at usually.
Always have been.
Always have been really good at changes on the fly. I mean, if they can get a couple good looks off of some stoppages deep in the offensive zone or get a couple really good breakout plays and some options here, they can try and collect some good offensive chances. As here comes Prunty. He tried to drive through, but over the line there was Braden Turner. As behind the play, getting tied up was Tavares and Schuster, as they will do some talking.
I would say they are exchanging some verbiage towards each other.
Faceoff will end up just below us here in the broadcast box here at the Flemington Ice Arena here in Flemington, New Jersey. This one dumped into the zone here, sent around the boards, collected here by the Profs, and launched forward there by Riccardi. Quickly flying in, Profs trying to center that one, looking for Bianchi. Couldn't handle the pass. He's on it again, though, trying to center, bouncing puck towards the crease. Stopped there by Bazoko as Turner will send it out. 43rd shot of the game, now make it 44 for Rowan. As this one takes another hop into the netting. Here with 14:09 left to go.
44 shots. That is a way higher than I expected going into this. You know, these shot totals have been pretty even, and Rowan's usually in that like low 20, upper 30 mark around this time. But 44, these guys are.
They've been throwing a lot of shots onto
yeah.
Bazoko. They've got a lot of good chances, and Ryder has to try and find some of their own here.
And the Profs are good through traffic, too.
Yeah, that's one thing that they've always done well is finding deflections through the slot and finding somebody going to the net front and some quick passes here. As this one played to the back door, that got broken up by Bennett. Good stick check in on to Bianchi as Zuberchuk able to handle this. Gets away from 3 Prof skaters. 4-on-2 if the Bronx can hurry here. Zuberchuk fires. That got deflected. Goes up and over the net. I think Young actually tried to glove that one down.
He did indeed.
As it's taken back out here the other way by McLeod. McLeod with the backhand. That one got steered away by Shriver. He's all alone in the corner. Shriver comes over to take it from him with some help there from Benner. Pass to the wall here for Schneider, looking to get going. Schneider into the zone. Here on the backhand, looking to center back for Blazak, but it got knocked away. Shriver in his skates, couldn't handle it. Collected back by Finley. Finley plays up to Thomas. Thomas looking, blocked there by Benner. Good block there from Jake. As it's played around here for Schneider. His pass skips up here to McKeach. McKeach takes a big hit there at the bench. There of the Profs as Shriver saucers this a pass here to Schneider. Now McKeach again. McKeach driving in. He's taken down hard along the boards and a big hit into the corner. That's a huge hit there into the wall on Blazak.
I was going to say, you could hear that from up here. That
hit was a little late, too.
Yeah.
Surprised there was no call on that, as now we're going to get an offside call here on the Profs. And over on the left of us, Coach Fox asked no behind on that hit to the referee.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit of a tougher angle.
It's hard to see from where we're at.
But it definitely felt like it was late.
It felt a little late. Blazak didn't actually have the puck as well.
That's the other thing, too.
Off this draw, it's quickly taken here by Rowan. They will play it to the wall as it's dumped around the boards. Puck behind the corner. Tavares trying to lay the body. Up off the boards and out of the zone again. Bronx able to get the clear. As it's dumped around a second time here by Dan Duffy, the junior from Westfield. Tavares now with it. Across. Trying to find this one up to Gut. He can't get it into the zone, and that one takes a hop, skip, and a jump right into the Rowan bench.
Again, a lot of stoppages. Playing to the strength of the Profs.
Yeah, just trying to kill off as much time as possible here. Here with under 12 minutes left to go. Face-off won there by the Profs again as they will quickly drive into the zone. That shot fired through, skipped wide of the cage there off that deflection. As 2 big hits there in the corner, and now we're going to get a penalty.
I was going to say, that is... Those were...
Turner and Tavares just drilled 2 Profs at the same time in the same spot. That looked like old school Ryder Rowan right there. And it looks like it is going to be... It's going to be Tavares who's going to go to the box for an interference call.
Almost 2 mirroring hits right there.
I mean, one had the puck, one didn't have the puck. So
the one that did have the puck, interference.
So to the power play go the Profs. And the Bronx looking for a massive, massive kill here. Need this one to try and keep this a 2-goal game. Cannot allow a power play goal here if you're Ryder. As spinning at the blue line, there was Rudolph. He lost an edge and somehow played it across. No Bronx was there to able to take advantage of that.
I was going to say a Dancing with the Stars-esque move there.
As this quick shot through, stopped there by Bazoko, and he'll cover on it as well.
But all kidding aside, that was a really good job there while Rudolph was falling to keep that puck in the zone. That was that was impressive.
That was impressive for sure, able to get a stick on it. But no Bronk there, just in the area to take advantage. If McKeach or Blazak would have been right there, that puck was gone. Would have been a breakaway. Yeah. Either one of them are too fast to catch once they get their legs going.
Speaking of McKean, she's on the draw here, and that's going to be whistled.
And we'll get another redo here. So we'll set up and do it again here on this face-off deep in the Bronx zone. Here with 1:39 left to go on the power play. Here for Rowan. This puck will go back up to the point. Off that draw. Played down to the corner. Finds the 14 of Meyer. Meyer opened the scoring, made it a 1-0 game. He'll lay off that puck. Quick shot, bouncer through the slot, goes wide. Finds the stick of Blazak, who will try and get going shorthanded. Alex Blazak into the slot. He fires, but it's gloved down. There by Young. A good shot there from Blaze.
I was going to say, that's what you were saying earlier. If that was Blazak on that puck, he would have been gone. He
Yeah.
just sped right by 3 Profs.
I mean, that's his best quality right there. I mean, his lightning fast, blazing speed is one of his calling cards, and it is so effective. He's so quick. He turns on the jets so quickly, and when he gets going, he is gone. And right there, that was a good chance for it. Was flying up the ice. Tried to maybe look to see if he could get through both defenders, but just opted for the shot. And smart to do so, get the offensive zone draw, but now the Profs back in the Rider end here with 52 seconds left to go on the power play. Bazooka with a good save there. Puck still loose. That's kept up and over.
Good job by the Bronx defense getting in front of that net.
Pass across. Finds its way here to Finley. High circle. He fires. Stopped there by Bazooka. And he'll hold on again.
Aiming for that shot 5-hole, just squeezing it.
And looking at the out of the town scoreboard here, tie game 6-6 between Rutgers and Buffalo with 35 seconds left to go. So make sure to tune into that one as well. Keep that one tabbed as we've got about 10 and a half left to play here in the third. If you're just tuning into this one, thank you very much for doing so. Rider Bronx Ice Hockey taking on the Rowan University Profs as that one is sent down the ice. Rider down 4-2 right now to Rowan. As this is tipped in here by the Profs. 15 seconds left to go on the power play for Rowan. As Turner will send this away. Finley will keep it in back up to the point. Here for Rudolph. As he'll have to dump off. Looking for a shooting lane. Rebound chance in front. Looking to the back door. That shot went wide from Finley. Good kill there from Ryder. Back out of the box. Comes Tavares. Shriver will hop on for him. Back to 5-on-5 as that's stopped away by Bazoko. McKeach will keep this, plays it off the wall, and did that come off? That looks like that could have been offside, but either way we continue on. Ref was standing right there, so he might have had a better view of it than we did. As this will stay deep in the Rider end. McKeach trying to go to work down low, as well as Shriver. Taken away here by the Profs. Looking, sharp angle chance, driving around the cage. Wraparound chance, what a stop there by Bazoko with the pads!
That was a picture-perfect wraparound opportunity. And
Somehow
Bazoko read it perfectly.
Somehow he got the pad down and made that stop. Beautiful save. We got a minute, so let's take a look at it here. Spectacular save here on this wraparound chance. Puck came down low here for Rudolph, and on this wraparound, somehow got the pad out and made that stop. Beautiful, beautiful save there from Bazoko.
And good job there by Turner reading that as best he could. I think he played a little bit of a part in that as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely made Rudolph rush that wraparound chance, and maybe didn't get all of it on the wrap itself.
Yeah.
So, credit to Turner, but Bazoko with a massive pad save to keep it a 2-goal game here with 8:46 to go. That shot kicked aside there by Louis again. That's going to be a delayed offside there. Shot after the whistle as well there from Rowan, but referees are going to say it's offside.
Once again, that was either on the blue line or just slightly over.
Face off just outside of the zone here. Dumped back into the Rider end as Cusimano's going to have to get back on this quickly. Had Karabasi all over him. Played back out to the neutral zone. Quickly back in, though, are the Profs. We'll have to play back here for just a moment to the 13 of Carter Wyatt as he'll storm in with some speed. Behind the goal line, Wyatt looks for an option. He'll have to lay off. Pass down low, picked off by Tavares as that one goes off the glass. And into the netting.
Again, the Bronx needing to generate some opportunities here. You know, Rowan's been very good with their passing really all night.
And checking on the out-of-town scoreboard yet again. Rutgers Buffalo going into overtime here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. So, like I said before, keep that one tabbed as well here on BSB. Those two teams will play again tomorrow for a matinee matchup at 2:45 puck drop between the Bulls and the Scarlet Knights. As this one's knocked away by Prunty. He fires that one just wide of the cage. Good chance there for Prunty, just went off the outside of the net. As Bennett will get on this. Bennett looking for an option here. He will send this one forward, looking for Prunty, but it skips off the skate there of Robinson.
That's what we were talking about earlier with Prunty, getting those opportunities. You know, you always had a pretty good chance there as Rowan getting the opportunity, and they score. Find the back of the net. Nick Thomas,
the captain.
Mini breakaway there, finding a second of the game, going 5-hole on Louis. Making this a 5-2 Rowan game, just absolutely pickpocketed the Bronx.
And that was a bad bounce for the Bronx.
Yeah.
That bounced right to Thomas. We'll get another look at it here on this chance. The puck up, played up, and it bounces right off the skates of one of the Bronx defense to Thomas, and he just puts it 5-hole there on Bazoko. I mean, not much Louis can do there. Thomas got him moving, and Rowan now make it a 3-goal game here with 7 to go, or 7.5 to go.
Like you said, bad bounce.
That's a bad bounce for sure. As this is played forward, Pape will take this one away here for the Bronx and just dump it in. Puck goes to the corner here, down behind the goal line. It is lofted up and around. Here comes Rowan back the other way again. Puck laid off. Shot through traffic. Louis makes another stop as there's a prof down on the ice. It looks like that is Bunting who is down.
Yeah, I was going to say that is Brady Bunting, the one who took the shot earlier. Although quickly gets back up to his feet.
Yeah, good to see him get back up on his feet quickly here. Obviously never want to see any injuries. As we get the Don't Stop Believin' coming on here with under 7 to go. Off that draw. Collected here by Rowan. They will send it around. 3-goal deficit here for the Bronx as they look to try and get back into this game here. Quick shot through. That one skipped wide of the cage. Rebound chance. They score again. And just like that, it's now a 4-goal game.
I believe that is McLeod's goal. Yes, it is. Again, off the rebound, just capitalizing on that opportunity.
And we'll get another look at it here. Just a couple of bounces in front again, and getting unmarked there was McLeod, who just tapped it home.
McLeod's been all over the ice tonight. Everywhere.
He's been fantastic here this evening.
Freshman, too.
As he makes it a
4-goal
should
game.
It should say 6-2 up on the scoreboard.
It is 6-2.
It is 6-2. They just haven't put it up on the scoreboard to the left of us here. As this puck is collected here by Rowan at their own blue line. Picked up here by McLeod, who will skate forward with it again. Here comes McLeod, looking for a second. Tries to center that one. Bouncing puck into the slot. Bazoko tried to knock it away as down went Turner. Bennett with it now. Bennett whiffs on a pass. Shot went wide there. Riccardi nearly had a gift there from Bennett. As Zuberchuk will have to lay back here to call. The former teammates of the Sheridan Hawks in the NA3HL. It's dumped in here by Zuberchuk, and he'll give chase. Picked back up by Rowan, though. As this is lofted across, finds its way here to the 14 of Meyer. Meyer looking, centering pass, knocked aside there. Louis with another kick save. As McKeach will try and go the other way.
Meyer, the first goal scorer tonight on that beauty of a backhand.
This one finds its way up to Zuberchuk. Good cut by Zuberchuk. Looking for a lane. That one sticked aside and will go up into the netting for a whistle. Here with 5:10 left to go, or 5:18 rather left to go. Faceoff will come to the corner here off that draw as it's lofted up and out. To it first is Meyer. He gets blown up there by Bennett at the blue line.
That's the hit that Benner has been looking all game for.
That's a big hit there from Bennett. Just blew up Meyer. Here with 5 and change to go, and it looks like Buffalo won the game in overtime against Rutgers for our out-of-town score here. 7-6 final. As this one sent around the boards, finds its way here to Thomas. Thomas lets it go, goes over to Bowman, who will play it back to Thomas in the corner. We've got under 5 minutes left to go here in this one between the Bronx and Rowan, as this gets played down low for Bowman again. He looks for Thomas behind the cage. Thomas looking here at the hash marks, trying to find an option. We'll play this lower. Puck back up here to Kromchik. He plays off to Bowman. Cycles down to Thomas. Rowan just playing keep away right now, looking to kill off the rest of this clock. Shot deflected there. Rebound was there. Puck still loose. Stopped by Bazoko again. Puck still loose again underneath them, trying to hold on to it. It's cleared there by the Bronx. Somehow that puck came loose.
I was going to say, that was a loose puck there for a while.
And that's going to be an icing here. And now we've got some stuff going on in the corner. Prunty going at it there down in the corner. He's throwing a punch. And here we go with the theatrics. Prunty going at it down low.
Yeah, the ref's trying to get involved, but so far to no avail. Never mind.
Looks like he was going at it there with Carter Wyatt. They were going at it with each other.
That's frustration.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, that's frustration.
And I think they're kicking Prunty out of this game. I think they're actually kicking both of them out of this game. And
we had a feeling that one was coming.
well, we had a feeling that was coming in. It wouldn't be a Ryder-Rowan game if at least one player didn't get kicked out.
There was a few punches being thrown.
So the captains are going to discuss this here. I mean, I'm sure Prunty is going to get more of the call on this one. As it looked like he did throw a punch.
He did. It also looks like he instigated it.
Yeah. So Carter Wyatt gets a 10-minute misconduct for roughing. So they each get, Prunty and Wyatt both get 10-minute misconduct, so makes sense with only 4:15 left to go. They go to the locker room. They wouldn't be back for the rest of this game anyway.
They'll relax the rest of these 4 minutes, 15 seconds.
They will both go hit the showers early. As this is dumped into the zone. To it first goes the 22 of Dimitri Thompson, the freshman from Stouffville, Ontario. As that's lofted into the zone, gobbled up there by Bazoko, and he'll hold on.
Shot from the blue line kind of held it.
Yeah, shots are 57-26 in favor of Rowan right now. They have been
dominant,
throwing the puck on every which way they can onto Bazoko. As this goes back up to the point, that shot skips up into the netting off the draw. Off that shot from the blue line, a slow-moving third. Lots and lots of stoppages. Off that draw again. Call will take this here for the Bronx. Looks to try and clear. Plays it up off the glass, but not out. Bouncer towards the net, steered aside. Quick shot, Bazoko with another save.
That was Allen able to corral that and get a pretty strong wrist shot onto Bazoko.
I mean, Bazoko, despite allowing the 6,
52 saves.
52 saves. He's getting, I'm not going to say hung out to dry a little bit.
He's getting,
but he needs a little more offense coming his way from his own team.
He's getting his reps in.
Yes, he's certainly getting his reps in. He's pumping up that save percentage, that's for sure. Here in this one, has definitely faced a lot of shots. I mean, we've known that Rowan does this all the time. They always like to bring up the shot totals. As that one, another stop by Bazoko. But
yeah,
we know they always bring the shots every time. As here come the Bronx. Shriver tried to get it across there, looking for Vlad, just couldn't find him. As it gets hit into the corner, Cusimano pinching to try and keep it in the zone. Out the other way, here come the Profs again. It's McLeod across, bouncer there into the slot there for Robinson. He still has it. Robinson down low, looking. That one stopped by Bazoko. Puck's still loose there, though, as it finds its way up to Zuberchuk.
And I believe that is Rowan's 60th shot of the game.
Indeed it is. As this is collected here by Bianchi. Picked off by McKeach. He nearly lost an edge, got bumped off the puck, though. As he's frustrated and will go to the bench. Cusimano. He'll loft this forward. Looking for Morello as he couldn't get it to him. That was Zuberchuk. As out the other way, here comes Rowan. Picked off there. Kenna with it now. Kenna bouncing puck. Blazak there. Able to take it. Look for Morello. Couldn't find him on the feed. As this is dumped in. Cusimano with it. Morello there looking to clear. Can't get it out. Cusimano to the wall. He squeezed along the boards. Duffy now with it. 2 minutes and change left to go here in period number 3 as this skips to the corner. Back up to the point. That shot blocked away there by Blazak as Kenna tried to get a stick to it. Couldn't do so. Meyer with it again. To the point. Shot through traffic. Kicked aside. Rebound chance was there, but it's got whiffed on there by Rowan as they try and enter into the zone quickly again. Here comes Duffy. Duffy. Power move. His shot went wide. Blazak tried to clear. Got stopped at the blue line again as down went Turner. Blazak will get on it here.
That's about 3 opportunities that Ryder had where they tried to clear and just couldn't get enough mustard on the puck.
Turner. Hard around, and this time it comes out of the zone. And will this go for an icing? It will not have enough juice for it. Ryder in the midst of some changes here. As out the other way. Here comes Bowman. Quick shot through, stopped by Bazoko, and that one goes up into the rafters.
I don't even know where that one went. That was
a moon shot off the shoulder there of Bazoko.
Looks like Louis all good to go.
Seems all right. Had to repair his helmet there. Face-off one there by Rowan again as this is stopped away here by Schneider. He'll find it up here to Gut. Final minute left to go here in the third. Between the Bronx and the Profs as this skips to the corner here for Bowman. Bowman looking for an option. Back up to the point. Shot knocked away by Pape. Rebound chance there. Into the slot. They score again. It's Max Finley.
Just capitalizing on the opportunity that was given to him.
Yeah, puts it home with 40 seconds left to go here in this game and makes it 7-2. As Rowan piling it on here. Here with 40 seconds left here in this third period. I mean, the Bronx played a very good second period. And then in the third, kind of just been some of the story of this
Yeah,
year.
I was going to say, this is not the first time this has happened.
As a huge hit there in the corner by Call. He just absolutely rocked one of the Profs down there in the corner. That was Evan Schuster, who he just drilled. As they'll have some words with each other.
That was a massive hit.
Yeah, that was a massive collision as Schuster gets kicked out. And it looks like Call might end up going to the box here, too. So Schuster done for the game. Call's going to go to the sin bin here.
I wonder if Schuster said something.
Well, he was chirping pretty good there right at the end. And then the ref, as soon as he sends something, said go. Just go. I mean, trying to keep it under control here with 25 seconds left.
That was very quick. Go.
I mean,
yeah.
It makes sense. I get
25
it.
seconds.
25 seconds left.
Yeah.
You might as well just get him out. So, he gets a 2 for roughing and a game misconduct, so that's why he's gone. And we're going to stay 5-on-5 here. The roughing calls were coincidental, so calls in the box right now below us. So roughing calls coincidental, so we'll play 5-on-5 here to end out this game. But like I was saying before that happened, it's just been kind of the story for the Bronx this season where they've been scoring goals. They're getting offensive chances, but after about the first half or first 40 minutes even, you go into the third and not having the legs.
They don't have the juice.
It's the legs. And not having the manpower. Not having the manpower is what is just killing them in third periods this season. And they're going to drop another one here as they fall to Rowan here in the BSB Game of the Week. The Rowan Profs defeat the Rider Bronx 7-2 here in this one this evening. Final shots were 62-26.
Opposite each other.
Yeah, exact opposites of each other in terms of that.
Going into the third period when it was 4-2, it just, they got tired.
It's what happens.
It's
short bench, you don't have the legs. I mean, they have 9 less skaters than Rowan does. And Rowan actually has scratches on top of their actual team that played tonight. So it's a lack of manpower going into the third periods. But I mean, I've talked to Coach Fox and Coach Larry Walker down on the bench, being like, it's the legs. It's a young group. You have to try and work through it, and it's a very, very stiff learning curve to do so. And it's going to take time. It's not going to be just a one-year thing or just a few games thing at the start of the year. They have to work through it.
And this is, like I said, tough opponent. There's been a lot of, for lack of a better term, animosity between these two teams over the years. There's a reason it was Game of the Week.
Yeah,
Let's just say that. But, again, when it was 4-2 going in to turn into 7-2, it's frustrating. And you saw a little bit of the frustration toward the end of that game. I think it's something that Ryder, like I said, this is not the same Ryder team. It's been it's changed.
Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, it's frustrating. Obviously, it's frustrating for the Bronx. I mean, like we've talked about all season so far, for how much they lost, you knew that it's going to be a tough turnaround season to try and rebuild the core, rebuild what you have. I mean, obviously they don't have a ton of upperclassmen. Like we've talked about, Pape and Blazak being the only 2 seniors.
And that's tough. You're losing.
You lost a ton of leadership.
You lost McDermott. You lost Cole.
Yeah, you lost a ton of leadership over the past 2 seasons. And you lose the scoring punch. You lose, like you said, you lose Cole. You lose Dom. You lose McDermott. You lose Trevor Givorowski in net. So, who's the best goaltender in Rider Bronx history. So, it's tough. It's going to be a tough adjustment period, and Bronx not able to come out victorious in this one. Now dropped a 2-13 1-1 on the season, and that's just kind of the way the season has been so far.
That's kind of the MO, right, for the season. That's the way we've seen it play out. all of the games that I've done so far this year have followed a very similar format. Come off the gate kind of slow in the first. Second, they look really good. Third, they just get tired. But, like we said, this roster's changed, and hopefully it has changed for good.
And they have to try and find a way to, despite the manpower, try and find a way to keep the energy up in the second and third.
Absolutely. And again, we saw it, even with the hits, right? They were playing, they were physical. And, that's kind of what you want to see. The problem is when you get towards that end of the net, it's tricky. It's very tricky, and the defense gets tired out. They made some good plays in the third, but again, you got to just fine-tune a couple things.
Yeah.
It's going to be a multi-game, multi-year process, but, in the right hands, this team, they have the bones, they have the foundation of the Rider Bronx that we've seen in years past.
They definitely do. But that's going to be it for this one. The Bronx fall 7-2 to the Rider Profs to the Rowan Profs here in our BSB game of the week. Final shots 62-26 in favor of Rowan. But that'll do it for this one. We've got 2 more games here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting tomorrow. Rutgers taking on Buffalo again after a big overtime victory for Buffalo here tonight. And St. Joe's taking on Stockton tomorrow at 5 p.m. Both games early ones here for us at BSB tomorrow. But that will wrap things up for us. And we will talk to you soon. You've been watching Rider Bronx Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name's Carl Pascal. He's Eric Johnson. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.